Welcome on into the show, everybody. Episode 17 of the Fortnite skins series. I'm doing this from my Backbone controller through my Android, and as you can see, my skin that I wanted to talk about was the Brite Raider. Specifically this model of the Brite Raider, because if you look at the skin itself, and obviously it's on the mobile, so you're not going to get a elite in-depth look, but I wanted to talk about this skin specifically because when I bought the battle pass for chapter 5 season 3, as you can see, this was involved in that battle pass. The original version of this skin is this right here. So if you had this was what you got from the battle pass, right? But as you move through and as you get all the options and things, and obviously there's super levels, etc. I didn't get the maxed out super level, which is okay. And here's the super level. This is what it looks like, kind of blue-ish glow. But my favorite edition of this is the Darklands Brite Raider with the helmet. And the reason why I like this one the most is because when you're playing on ranked, which was my key reason for using this one, you couldn't see it. Outside of the leg portion, even then, and the arm that's exposed, this is a very difficult skin to see in general. For some reason, anytime I've played with this skin on ranked and I've been very stealthy and I've been trying to be very behind the scenes, unintrusive, away from the main things that are going on, like third parties, etc., especially in ranked, this skin a lot of people cannot pick up. And it doesn't mean you can't see it, it doesn't mean it's not, recognizable, but because it is such a stealthy skin, I used it for a very long time in the summer of 2024 as my ranked skin. And honestly, it's how I got to platinum. As you can see, my back bling is the platinum version of the Chapter 5 Season 3 back bling that they provided for that ranked edition back bling that you get. And I'll be honest with you, I fell in love with this skin because I had to use it a lot in ranked. And for any other specific reason, it's also probably my favorite skin of the entire battle pass from the standpoint of usage. Not from the standpoint of visuals or anything like that. I mean, if you go into the other Chapter 5 skins, Chapter 5 Season 3 skins, which are down here, Rust is pretty cool. I mean, that's the maxed out version I have of him. I think Megalodon also was, Chapter 5 Season 3. He's pretty cool, but he's so big you can't really use him. Ringmaster Scar, she is pretty cool. I liked Peabody. Peabody is super fun. You got options with him. Obviously, you get kind of the default skin, the Machinist. Her stuff is really interesting, but again, she's super visual with her axe running around. I mean, she's very visual. You can see her, obviously. But in regards to all of the main skins off Chapter 5 Season 3, this skin right here is easily, in my opinion, the most used out skin you can have in ranked if you didn't have anything. Now remember, as I mentioned throughout this whole series, with the bundle I bought with Eminem, he isn't the greatest for ranked because he has a lot of bright spots. His skin obviously is very bright, so in general he's difficult. He's a lot easier to see. Sure, if you're wearing the rat body skin, there is some opportunity there for the blend in availability. But this skin, for some reason, the contexture of the skin, the shirt, the camo, the kind of graded up stuff, if you just sat in a bush, this skin is difficult to see because depending on the pixels you're playing on, depending on the high level of viz you're playing on, depending on the frame rate, this skin for some reason throws a loop into everything, and you can hide with this skin. Running in and out of shadows is difficult to see with this skin. Picking it up is difficult. The visor might be the easiest part of the entire skin to see, to be honest with you. But even that, when it's dark, it's impossible to see. Something about this skin, whenever I played with it, I did very well in ranked. I felt like it was a lot more difficult to pick me up. Whenever I would play, when they would bring snipers back, this skin never really got picked up, or I would get missed a lot. So like I'd be running out in the open, right? You know, not being not being stealthy, right? Not being smart. And for some reason, the first couple of shots from distance, guys could not pick me up. They would miss me. I think it's because they feel like with the type of skin that it is and with the helmet, it seems like I'm going to have a bigger target. But if you look at the size of the skin altogether, it is relatively sweaty. It is relatively thin to the degree in which when you use it out in the open, non-winter, I mean, if you use it in the winter, you might as well just be anything. But if you're using it in every other time, like I use this during Fortnitemares, I use this during the summer, I use this everywhere. And in any dark patch location, especially if you're behind the scenes on a building, if you're behind the scenes, like in a dark room, if you're in a dark corner, if you're going in and out of shadowy places, if you're in an area with not the greatest lighting, basically if you're in areas with not the greatest lighting, this skin is very difficult to pick up. It's very, very hard to pick up. And if you're being stealthy, I haven't had any problems with it being stealthy regarding walking, regarding movement, regarding sound. The Brite Raider skin with the helmet, the dark, what was the options? The Darklands Brite Raider with the helmet on. I haven't had any issues in regards to this skin being loud, being obnoxious. It feels like it's stealthy. It feels like it's a skin where if you didn't really have a whole lot else, which was my situation, this skin is elite. And low key, if you had the battle pass for Chapter 5 Season 3, which I bought because I really liked it, this frankly was, I think, the most low key best skin that they had. And I couldn't think of anything else to use if I was going to try and play ranked when this was all I had at the time. And that's not just because, it's all I had. No, there's even times today where legit I'll pull this skin out to play ranked. And if I decide to drop in a dark alley, I feel like I'm going to be confident and I'm going to be pretty stealthy. And so for that, I'm really happy that I have this skin because obviously you can't buy this skin. But in regards to option and availability, from the standpoint of getting it off the battle pass, this was an absolute steal. I'm not saying this whole skin was worth an entire battle pass, but I enjoyed the battle pass that season. I enjoyed the cars. I know they got nerfed and they got slowed down and they got less damage when they first came out because they were high powered. They were very fast. They were very durable. They could go forever. And it was basically unfair if you played any other place. And they took them out of ranked. They did a whole bunch of stuff to nerf them so that they wouldn't be used in an unfair advantage. But that season was so crazy because the nitro, the Nuka-Colas were great. The nitro, bottles where you'd hit yourself over the head and you'd go faster. I felt like the gameplay in that season really opened up my eyes in regards to Fortnite's ability to be more creative. And that's the thing for me as somebody who came back into the game who hadn't played regularly in forever, seeing the creativity, seeing the difference in usage, having to learn different ways to play the game ever so often, whether they nerfed stuff, whether they buffed stuff, whether they changed, brought stuff in, brought stuff out because of, user feedback. And from that perspective, this was what made me really dive back into Fortnite. And this skin I utilized to try and figure out my gameplay to become better every day. Again, I'm not perfect. I'm not the best player ever. But in regards to overall capability and opportunity, this skin provided that. And to be honest with you, it allowed me to get to platinum, which I honestly, before playing Fortnite then, I think the highest I ever got to was like gold. Or I got to silver 3 or something, gold 1. I really didn't play and I really wasn't that good, but I've gotten better. I'm nothing special now, but I've gotten better, and it's exciting to see it play out the way it has. And this skin was a big proponent of me improving and getting better over time because of all the usage that it had overall. So from that perspective, I love this skin. I love what it provides, and I love what it's given to me. Okay, episode 17 is in the books. We'll get to episode 18 down the road. Again, I don't anticipate anything happening immediately because, frankly, there's only a couple more skins that I really, really want. And unless I think of another skin to discuss or talk about, for now, this is kind of the end of this. But this is like an ever-going, ongoing, forever series that won't ever end. But I'm releasing as much as I can in the first month of the year, if not plus, to give you the perspective on why I love the skins that I have. So thanks again for watching, and I will see you on the next one when the next skin that I find feasible and valuable is worth discussing. Thanks again for watching, everybody, and I've enjoyed the ride so far. Thanks again.